Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is just going to be my Howard acceptance video. I'm not sure if I'm going to break this up into 1 or 2 parts. First part being like how I got accepted, like the storyline of that, where I was, all that, and then the second part versus the second part would be like the statistics version, like my high school classes, all that stuff, my GPA and things like that. First thing, decisions came out December 14th. Friday. That was a Friday. They was scheduled to come out at 1 o'clock via your application portal. I applied through Common App, and I think everybody has to apply through Common App. I think Howard got rid of its like feature a while back where you can apply directly through its website. Everybody applied via Common App, and once you make your Common App and you do your application, they send you this portal to create an account, to manage your application status, make sure all your paperwork is there and all that stuff. So everybody had to go do that, and I followed them on Twitter, the admissions people, and they sent out a message saying that they will be released at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm on Central time, so I'm like, okay, that's 12 p.m. my time. I know I'll be in 3rd block. That's like one of my easier classes. The teacher's really cool. I know he'll let me be on my phone and check my stuff. But yeah, so it was just a regular day from that. I got up, I wore this shirt to school. I got to school. I get to school early every day at 7:30. School starts at 8:30. I get there at 7:30 because I have like this prior 1st block class. And you know, I go through that. It's a video class, so we're just like filming and editing things. And people were asking me like, did you get in? I'm like, oh, I don't know yet, because I really thought it was gonna be like an ACT kind of deal. You just wake up at 12 a.m. and they'll post your status, but you know, 1 p.m. we gotta wait. And I'm making it through the day, and 3rd block rolls around. Class change is 11:47, and the 3rd block class starts at 11:52. So I'm just sitting there like, okay, 12 o'clock, 8 more minutes, 8 more minutes. But me, I thought I was gonna outsmart the system, so I'm like, I'm not gonna check mine at 12 o'clock, which will be 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna be smart. I'm gonna check mine at like 12:15, because I know this is Howard. They're gonna mess up the decision portal. It'll be late, so I'm just gonna go ahead and check it at a later date so they can like get themselves together. And sure enough, on Twitter, people were complaining. It was 1 o'clock. They didn't have their decisions, and they sent out a message saying, we are so sorry about the inconvenience. And they released a tweet. I think it was 1:11 Eastern time, where they released a tweet that was like, okay, you can check your decisions now. And so I'm just refreshing Twitter the whole time because I want to see other people's reactions first. And I was like, oh, I was so smart for waiting. So I finally tried to log into my portal. Backstory though, I had to download a VPN. That was my first time in all my years of high school to ever have a VPN. I feel like I missed out on much of the high school experience without a VPN. But I downloaded a VPN to check Twitter, and the Wi-Fi was going in and out, so I was having a hard time like even accessing my things. So I'm copying and pasting my code, then the Wi-Fi turns off. As soon as I press the login button, the Wi-Fi shuts off. So I have no service. This is one of the classes in the like the way back of the school where you have no service. It's part of the older building. No service in there, no Wi-Fi. And I know what to do. So the Wi-Fi comes back on, and then I start FaceTiming my friend. I'm like, okay, I'm about to open the decision, and she's like, okay. And then the FaceTime connection is spotty, of course, because we're both in the old end of the school. She's in one class, I'm in another. She's about to go to lunch, so I know it's not that big of a deal for me to be FaceTiming her. And like I said, in my class we aren't doing anything. It's finals, pre-game finals week, where you know, review over everything, so we're not really doing much. So I call her, and then she's like, just come outside. So I tell the teacher like, hey, can I go outside? I need some better service. He's like, yeah, go. So we're walking, and they're on their way to lunch, like I just mentioned. So as they're walking to lunch, my other set of friends is coming back from lunch. So we're all in the hallway together, and I was extremely nervous. I'm trying to type in my thing, it's not working. It keeps saying something's wrong, like I'm either putting in the username and password wrong. So I did it like 10 different times, and it kept telling me it was wrong. And then I started to panic, like, oh my gosh, why is this happening? And I realized I just forgot the @ on my username. That was the whole thing. And we're just standing out there, everybody's waiting. They're recording it too. I'll insert the clips of that.
What we're gonna do is it's like sorry.
Okay, student services, admissions, orientation.
Look, I can tell.
Somebody else do it.
Did you get in?
It said, hold on.
But yeah, they're recording it, and then I finally get logged in, and once I get to like the actual application thing, I'm like, okay, somebody else do it. Because for me personally, even when I get like ACT results or other things that I apply for and it's time to get the results, I always get somebody else to read it, because in my heart, it's just a whole lot easier to take a secondhand L than it is to take like the original hit. So if that thing had said not accepted, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have like, I don't know, froze, honestly. But if I had read it with my own eyes, because then, you know, you got to refocus your eyes. Like, did I really just read that? That can't be right. So I handed off the phone to Austin, which you guys have seen Austin a whole bunch of times. He's in this vlog a lot. So he reads it, and he's trying to find out where it was. It was low-key kind of hidden. I thought it was going to be like a big banner that said accepted, but it wasn't. So he's reading it, and then he starts jumping around, and he didn't even say whether or not I was accepted. He just started jumping around, so I started jumping around, and then we all like jumped around and screaming. And interesting fact about us screaming, we got in trouble for screaming in the hall, which is like no surprise, but the teacher said they thought it was a school shooting happening. But did you hear gunshots? Anywho, so that's kind of how my acceptance reaction kind of went. And once we kind of got situated, you know, we got in trouble for screaming, so they sent us all back to class and stuff like that. But the next thing I did, I just sat there and I was refreshing Twitter just to see the reactions, kind of looking at who my future classmates are really. And I know there's a bunch of group chats out. I'm not in a group chat. I kind of want to be in a group chat, but I also kind of don't want to be in a group chat, because I don't participate in group chats. Any chat that I'm added in, I never really participate. I just kind of read it, and sometimes I don't even read them. I just turn off the notifications and pretend I'm not in there. So for that reason, I don't want to be in there, because I know I'm just going to end up turning off the notifications. But at the same time, I do want to be in there because I do want to meet some new people. But, you know, I followed some of the roll call things, you know, where the freshman class, they post pictures of themselves. Hey, I'm so-and-so, I'm majoring in this, I'm from here, there. So I followed one of those just to see what's happening. And yeah, as for now moving on to like the actual how I got in process, the stats and whatnot.